When real women tell real stories, the world listens. And that's exactly why this book became a #1 international bestseller. Voices of the 21st Century, Unstoppable Women Standing Strong celebrates the courage, truth, and resilience of women who have chosen to stand strong through real moments in life. Hi, my name is Gail Watson. I'm founder and CEO of Women Speakers Association. And today I'm so honored to welcome to our conversation the amazing international best-selling author Laura Rubinstein. This is your chance to connect with the heart of her story and the voice she brings to this powerful collection. So welcome, Laura.
Hi, Gail. I'm so excited to be here and so excited that I'm a part of the Voices of the 21st Century Unstoppable Women Standing Strong book.
Well, you are definitely an unstoppable woman. That's 100% for sure. I really enjoyed what you were sharing, and as I was reading, I was playing in my mind because you really talk about when our beliefs or our thoughts on something are challenged, and we begin to second guess ourselves, even though we firmly believe something. So let's dive into your story a little bit in just a few sentences. Tell us what your story is about, but also what inspired you to share it.
Well, my story is like it says, it's a small act. What's a seemingly small act. And I think we have to be unstoppable in our small acts instead of buying into this cultural way of being we're taught to be, especially as women. And I was challenged by my own internal dialogue more than because of an external situation on an airplane. And I had to go through some mental gymnastics to advocate for myself. And I talk about that in the story, what happens. And more importantly, when I relayed what happened to somebody else, and they were like, I would never have been so courageous. And that's what inspired me because I didn't look at it as courageous. I looked at it as self-advocating. And it was a little disturbing to me that I had to go through a thought process, but I'm glad I did to advocate for myself and it worked out. Well, I'll let you hear how it worked out and when you read the book and the chapter in the book.
Excellent. So, because it does challenge your thinking when as you're reading what you went through, it does really challenge your thinking. You go, what would I do in that situation? So let's talk about what did standing strong look like for you then?
It looked like not allowing, well, it looked like making myself the priority and being okay with that and being graceful and not hurting anybody else in the process, right? But standing up for myself in this whole thing must have happened in like 10 minutes. So it really is standing strong is conscious, is consciously thinking about where we use our power, leverage our power, and give away our power unconsciously, even because I could have unconsciously in this situation given my power away and not done anything. And things might have worked out okay, but it worked out for the best for everyone on the plane, actually, because of what I did.
Ooh, really makes you want to read it now.
Yeah, I don't want to give it
Um,
all away.
so uh, you bring up some amazing points that you say it was okay to make myself a priority. So when we fast forward to today, and it took a lot of courage for you to make yourself a priority that day, but how does it show up in your life today or your world today, what you're doing?
Well, to be conscious of it is to keep it in the forefront of conversations. And every month I host a feminine wisdom circle. And that's because I created a deck of wisdom cards and they're called the feminine power cards. They look like this. They're very cute. But they're very profound at the same time. And I wanted to gather with women who wanted to consciously step into their power, but in particular, their feminine power, because I truly believe that feminine power is the most powerful form of power there is out there. Like I said, one small act, I believe, made it a better plane ride for everybody. So, and nobody else might have known that but me. So, um, I love consciously talking about feminine power, practicing it. And that's what we do in the feminine wisdom circles. We actually do things. They're in community with other women to consciously practice the feminine. So that's what it looks like for me today. And, just having women leaders gather where that we can let down our hair and just nurture each other and our feminine souls.
I love that. And I want to get back to those cards, maybe just at the end, because I'd like to explore a little bit more what they are. But
Okay.
when as someone's reading your story, what is the lesson or the truth that you would like to have someone receive from your story?
You'll never know, or you never know who you'll impact by modeling healthy, positive communication and actions, including yourself. But become aware of who has control in your head. And if it's your self-worth, thumbs up. If it's fear or from a societal belief, double think it. Feel into it and what would be the choice for your self-worth.
I love that. That's beautiful and something that this whole entire world could use. A lot more feminine power, I think.
Profound.
Uh,
It's truly profound. Yeah.
100%. So I'm thinking we need to get a copy of your book to see what's happening on that plane ride, along with some other amazing stories in there. And so I would love to know where we can get a copy of your book. And then also, please share with us, go a little bit, if you could open that little package of cards and what they're about. And can we get the cards in the exact same spot we can get the book?
Yes, and yes. So igniteyourfeminine.com. If you go to igniteyourfeminine.com, you can go to the shop there and they are bundled. The book and the cards are bundled. So you can get them. You can even get some past books if you want with the cards. And so the cards are a deck of wisdom cards. They have principles and practices, feminine power principles and practices on them. The principle is on the pink side. The blue side has the practice. And if you want, I can share one as my parting wisdom.
I would love that. That would be fantastic.
Okay, so my advice is from this card. And right before we started, Gail, we kind of thought about this, and I picked one and randomly, and it's perfect for especially what the story is about. The principle says responding requires connecting to one's feelings and sharing the truth without harming anybody. Responding requires connecting to one's feelings and sharing the truth without harming anyone.
I love that. Sharing the truth without harming anybody.
And so on the back of the card is a practice. And at the bottom of the card, there's a symbol. And there's one of three symbols on these cards: a heart, a star, or a smiley face. A heart means something to contemplate, a star means something to do, and a face means something to affirm, like an affirmation. So this is something to contemplate, like journal on, meditate on, think about. So, how do you treat them when you're upset? How do you treat them when you're upset? If you react, you may hurt them. So notice the difference between what you're thinking and feeling, what you're thinking versus what you're feeling, and how can you tell the truth without hurting anyone? And that's exactly what I did on the plane. So responding requires connecting to one's feelings, sharing the truth without harming anyone. These are kind of deep cards. So some of them are simple, but they are deep.
Well, I like that they really challenge our thinking in a practical way and allow us to second guess our thoughts or what our attempt or our next action is going to be in a very conscious way that doesn't hurt
Yeah.
anyone. I love
They're
that.
true. They're truly an
Hmm.
invitation to step into that feminine energy in a profound way. Because I think the word feminine in our culture doesn't have the best connotation. And I think one of my missions is to rectify that in a way, to educate, to model what feminine power really is. Because when I first started thinking about it, I was like, I'm not feminine. I don't like prints and, flower prints and frilly things. But that wasn't what it was. When somebody opened my eyes to the power and I saw men jumping out of seats to open this woman's door or to bend over backwards to support her. And these were strangers that didn't even know her. And I go, whatever she has, I want. And so I started consciously exploring what is that magnetic energy that we all have that brings out the best in people,
Fantastic. I love
including
it.
ourselves.
Including ourselves. So definitely, I mean, this is a double hit in terms of a really great story, an example of those cards in action.
Yeah.
And how many cards in a bundle?
I believe there's like 53 cards in the deck. So,
And you
yeah,
just randomly choose.
you can do it any way you want. You can randomly choose. You can sort them by the exercise type it is, the practice type it is. You can. There's a playbook that comes with it. Actually,
Ooh,
you can download. So you get the URL to that when you purchase the cards.
okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
igniteyourfeminine.com. Go visit that site to get your cards bundled with a book and maybe some other books. What a great gift idea. As I think
True. Really true.
really true that just for other women in your life, what an empowering gift. I love this. I love it.
Bridesmaids gifts, Mother's Day gifts, girlfriend gifts, shower gifts, holiday gifts, birthday gifts. Regularly, a gift for one of your practitioners, your massage therapist, your yoga teacher, your hairdresser, all that kind. They're just great appreciation gifts. So yeah, Valentine's gifts for the men watching, you know.
Well, Laura, you're awesome, and I want to really thank you, and I appreciate you for really um, empowering us to step into our feminine power, to really not only to notice it, to claim it, and to use it, and to be okay with that. So I want to thank you for always bringing these great lessons and for creating such a powerful deck that we can use in our day-to-day lives whenever we feel called upon. And I just want to thank you for your time and sharing your heart. You are unstoppable. You stand strong through so much, especially that plane ride. So,
Yeah, right.
okay. And I want to thank and everybody who's watching today. Thank you so much for joining us. And we would like to wish you, wherever you are in this world, an amazing day. Thanks for joining.